Lay your hands on my staff.
Gross.
And say my name so my powers may flow through you. I open my heart to you, Billy Batson. And in so doing, choose you as champion.
Thanks. Real sweet of you, mister, but I really gotta get going.
My brothers and sisters were slain by the sins. Their thrones lie empty. My magic must be passed on. Now, speak my name.
I don't know your name, sir. We just met.
My name is Shazam.
Wait, for real?
Say it!
Okay! Jeez. So just say it? Like, Shazam?
Yes! Carry my name, and with it you carry all my powers. The wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the courage of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury.
What happened to me? What did you do to me? What did you do to my voice?
You have been transformed to your full potential, Billy Batson. With your heart, unlock your greatest power. The thrones of our brothers and sisters await.
Get me out of here! Hi, how's everybody doing? Good? Are you stoked to like be back at a convention and with your fellow nerds? It's so great. It's so great. Thank you, by the way, for everybody that's come by my table, that's come by and said hi or gotten a signature or a selfie. I love you guys. It means the world to me. It means the world to all of us out there. So by the way, please go and just keep visiting all your favorite people out there because that's why we're here. We're here for you. So there you go. All right. Well, if you've been to one of my panels, you understand that it's pretty freeform. And I'm just gonna leave it up to you guys to ask me questions. So, does anybody have any questions that are burning holes in your pocket? You have a question. All right. It is so weird. By the way, I don't know if anybody else here. I was lucky enough to be able to shoot a couple movies during the pandemic now, and so you end up working with. And I don't know if anybody else here has had this situation, but I would work with these crews, and like every day I'm seeing the same people for 2 months, 3 months, but I'm only seeing half their face. And then like one day after 2 months of knowing John, whoever John is, and then John, I see like a moment where he takes his mask down to like drink a water, and I go, that's not what you look like. Because I've made it up in my mind. Isn't it so weird how you do that? Like you look at the top half of somebody's face and you go, and your mind just fills in the blanks. And then all of a sudden they show you the blank. You go, no, that's not right. Try again. Yes, question. Let's do it. All right. Next question.
Great teacher here. This question for my students. What advice can you give them on how to be successful in school or life?
How to be successful in school
or in life in general?
Or in life? Oh, wow. How much time you got?
Fifth grade teacher here.
Hi.
This question's for my students. What advice can you give them on how to be successful in school or life?
How to be successful in school or
life in general?
Or in life? Oh, wow. How much time you got? Well, I would say the most important thing to be successful in school, to be successful in life, I'm sure a lot of you guys can vouch for this, is you have to value yourself. You have to love yourself. Yeah. Is you have to value yourself. You have to love yourself. Yeah. And these are things that I've learned the hard way. I'm sure maybe somebody else in the audience can attest to this. I didn't realize that I didn't love myself until I was 37, which by the way was only 4 years ago. I had a great career. I thought I had failed it. Of all the things, Alvin and the Chipmunks and Squeakquel and Chuck and Thor and all the things that tangled, none of it made me feel whole inside. So you can study so hard. You can go succeed so well, But if you don't actually value who you are inside, then none of it means anything. And then that, by the way, that success, that stops happening because you don't know what you're even fighting for anymore. You don't know what you're working towards. So I would say the most important piece of advice I could give anybody in this life, whether it's a kid in school and trying to figure out how to navigate those gnarly waters, which I'm so grateful that I don't have to do anymore. Middle school kids are horrible. They're just horrible. If you're in middle school out there, I'm not talking about you, by the way. If you're at a convention, you're dope. It's all the people that made fun of the people that went to conventions that I had such a hard time with. I got bullied relentlessly when I was a kid. And now nerd culture is pop culture, so suck it. I was a kid. And now nerd culture is pop culture, so suck it. I love that when I was a kid, like, you know, only your fellow nerd friends knew. I love that when I was a kid, like, you know, only your fellow nerd friends knew anything about Tony Stark or Iron Man. And now, like, super hot chicks are like, oh my God, Robert Downey Jr. I love Iron Man. You're like, great. Wish you would have liked it when we were in middle school when I liked you. Anyway, so, then furthering that answer, furthering that answer though, guys, if you're struggling in your life right now, if you're feeling depression, actually, you know what? I do this sometimes. I want you to raise your hand right now, just as exercise. I want you to raise your hand if stress is something that you deal with in your life. Just raise your hand if you deal with in your life. Just raise your hand. Right. And by the way, feel free to look around when we do this. This is a great exercise. Okay, everybody's hands down. I want you to raise your hand if anxiety is something that you deal with on a regular basis. Oh yeah, shocker, look at all that. Hands down. I want you to raise your hand if depression is something that you deal with on a reasonable, yeah, exactly. We all do, guys, we all do. So we have to look at ourselves and be kind to ourselves and kind to other people. Empathy is the only way we're gonna make it out of this thing alive. By the way, look at where we're at right now. This is either the state of the world right now, this is either the beginning of the end or it's the end of the beginning. So we gotta love each other all the way there, right? We're gonna do that? Fantastic, great, love it.
My question's about
Yes.
Chuck.